And then I'm going to look over here. I have it up over here just so I can kind of see, make sure, we're live and check in with comments and all of that. And I think, would you believe that I think we're live? Let's see. It says we're live, but I'm not quite sure where I'm seeing us. Let's give everybody a moment to chime in just so I can see if we are live. If we're live, say hi. Chime in the chat just so we know that we have set this up, that I've set this up correctly. Yay, Alina says, hello, ladies. Fantastic. So I think that we're live. Great. Hello, Alina. Hello, Glenda. Excellent. Excellent. Yay. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to I keep saying it's our new YouTube channel. We've had it about 6 months. So, it's kind of new. So welcome to our kind of new YouTube channel. My name is Deanna, and I'm here today to introduce you to your newest instructor here on FCBDU. But she is we had so much fun these last few moments, even just before our going live on YouTube. I'm just going to do a very brief introduction because I really want her to tell you all about herself, straight from her mouth. But hailing from Casablanca, Nawarra studied arts and drama at the university before taking the opportunity of moving to the UK in 1996 to continue her studies in Leeds. In Morocco, Nawarra was a member of various theater troupes, specializing in sketch shows and comedy, and also working with some of the top Moroccan comedians. She loves to entertain and bring a great passion, high energy, and sense of fun to every performance. Her drive to keep folkloric style alive is big, especially in North African styles. And I love how she says, I will carry on doing it until my end. So welcome, Nawarra. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, that's great. Oh, thank you. And what a wonderful introduction you introduced me with. So thank you for having me. And hello, everyone, whoever's watching. Hello. By the way, yes, Morocco, but via the UK, I have to say. Moroccan via the UK. So hello, everyone. Diana, thank you so much for having me. I'm absolutely thrilled to be here with you today, discussing and talking and everything. And you know something? Usually I'm sat in your seat.
I know.
It's the other way around today. So please be gentle. Please be gentle with me today.
Well, I have to say, ever since I have watched several of your during the pandemic, I think you called them like your chitty chats, like where you just connected with different people all around the world. And I really enjoyed watching your interviews. And so I've been wanting you to be on here since like 2021, since I started watching, and I'm really excited that you're here. So yeah, we've just kind of swapped seats today.
No, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah. So I would love for you to tell us a little bit about yourself. So I left out a big portion of your bio that specifically talks about your dance background and all of the amazing things that you've done and that you are doing. So for people that have maybe never met you before or never taken a class or watched any of your videos, can you tell us a little bit about Nawarra?
Yeah, right. Okay. Without having to bore anyone or put anybody into a boring mood, I'm Nawarra of Morocco, of a Moroccan origin, born in Casablanca, and that is Morocco. Moved to United Kingdom in 1996 to seek more studies or do higher education. I've been living in the UK for more than 20 odd years. I'm a folkloric dancer, I'm a Moroccan dancer, I'm an Egyptian dancer, I'm a North African dancer. I teach as well, I instruct, I mentor dancers, I organize trips to Morocco. You name it, it's on the agenda. So anything to do with entertainment industry, Morocco in particular, I'm involved in that. I was born, like I said, and raised in Casablanca, came over to the UK. I've got a master's degree in English literature, and that is in Morocco. And I'm going to have to stop at this point here, because when you say master in English literature, it's not like what you say master in English literature in the UK. So when you do it in a foreign country, it's slightly different. Okay, I did it on Shakespeare. While I worked at the uni, I did drama, I did dance, I did art, I did all sorts, what the normal students do at the time. But like I said, in Morocco. So moved into the UK to seek more studies, but life took me here and there and everywhere, and I've ended up settled in the UK. That didn't stop me from carry on learning, from carry on wanting to do what I really, really wanted to do from my childhood. So I carried on learning, I've carried on going to teachers, I've carried on, seeking more or higher education, not mainly in the dance, but within the entertainment and the dance industry. I'm privileged to be one of the very few foreign UK-based teachers that teaches in the universities in the UK. So I do give free lectures in two main universities in the UK, that one in Bradford and the other one in Huddersfield. And it's mainly about the cultural heritage. Now the UK has opened its door to a wide variety of migrants from Iraq, all the countries that had political issues. So I do get involved a lot with working with them as well. Like I said, I'm over the moon, because sometimes, I look back and sit down and look back, and I took part in most, if not all, belly dance festival around the world, from Ukraine, Germany, Spain, France, Russia, Ukraine, everywhere. So you name it, it was on the agenda as well. Alhamdulillah, there's still projects coming through, there's still projects coming ahead in line. Some of them will be pronounced soon. And also, obviously, I've got my own projects that I do work, and one of them is my little baby that some of the listeners might be aware of, and that's the Film Project. And that's still going on a yearly basis, and it's been going for the last 22 years, and it's still going so strong as it started. Privileged to represent anything to do with Morocco and Moroccan dance with the social media and some of the Arabic channels like BBC Arabic and Al Jazeera, Al Ghad Al Arabi. And alhamdulillah, that's still going as well. So yeah, that's me. And I'm hoping nobody fell asleep while they was listening.
No, that's amazing. You have accomplished so much, and it just sounds like you took this passion and you just spread it in 500 branches that all ultimately tie together, but can reach so many different people in different ways. So people that are, being educated for cultural immigration purposes, people that are being educated through dance, people that are being educated on Morocco through cultural tourism. And that's fantastic. That's so amazing. I read a little bit about some of your studies, and something that I was fascinated by, which is, you touched on it a moment ago, about there's something different about learning English literature in one country versus learning it in a different country. And what I really enjoyed, and if you can expand on, was an article or an interview that I read that mentioned how you learned how the Western mind learned and listened to North African music, and just putting yourself in a different culture's mindset, if you will, in order to be able to learn how they perceive, so that you can kind of train them a different way, was like mind blowing. Can you tell us just a little bit about some of that?
Absolutely, Diana. Absolutely right. Okay. Well, talking about that, you have to mention the migration. Oh, okay. Hello, are you there?
Yeah.
I've lost you. Oh, sorry. Just like, I lost you there for a bit. Talking about the migration. And it's easy to say migrants or immigrants, but being a migrant, it's very, very hard. It's very difficult, because you're coming from your own zone into someone else's zone, so into a different climate, into a different mentality, into a different place. But what you have to do, if you come in on the basis you want to live and you want to work and you want to survive, You've to adapt to that system. You've got to adapt to that life, to that climate, to those people. So basically, when I came over, even though having master in English literature, that didn't give me the passport to come in. It came late. I'm settling in so easy. It didn't work that way. It took years. It took absolutely years to settle. It took years to learn. It took years to see differences, to see just, I'll give you a simple example, in words, in the right context, and things like that, I mean, in Morocco, I was taught by Moroccans English language. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In here, no, it's completely different. It's the spoken one. It's what people use on a daily basis that the Moroccan teachers at the university in Morocco don't know about because maybe they've never been over here. So I'm just trying to give that example that as a foreign person or a migrant in general, it is very hard to adapt. So that took from me a lot. Part of it is understanding how people think and how people look at things, which is not the way we looked at things, but I was brought up looking at things. And that's exactly what it is with the dance community. So the dance community for us, so for me as a migrant, I came here to come today and speak to yourself, maybe in an open air, on a freely and expressing myself so freely like this. It didn't come just like that. No, it took so many things, so many steps, languages, learning, encountering people, understanding, so many things. Okay, that applies exactly on the dancers. So the dancers, for those lovely dancers that comes in and listen to Arabic music in general and wanting to learn, I'm not saying Arabic and beyond, okay? Not necessarily Arabic and beyond. It isn't an easy, it's not an easy, and I admire everyone standing up there with a costume, whatever costume they've got, standing up there, wanting to dance, wanting to do something their ear is not used to, their eyes are not used to watching it, so many things. So for me to come and be what I'm actually now, like I said, sitting down and talking and all that, is getting that support from my friends, from people I worked with, from my neighbors, from people I've encountered. That's exactly what should happen with those dancers when they come to the belly dance in general and wanting to learn. They need to find the support. They need to find the encouragement. They need to be, how am I going to say, they need to have that push up in a positive way, in a constructive way, and heading to the right direction. And to me, it's whenever the subject about the Western dances comes up, I just stand there like, it wasn't an easy for us to settle. It wouldn't be an easy for anybody to settle in the Arabic dance without the support. Let's support them. Let's encourage. Let's show these people, especially the Western dancers, are taking Arabic dance into, some of them, they're taking it on as their main jobs, as their main incomes. So they're taking it serious. How many Arab dancers are doing it these days? Not many, because it's all, don't do it. You don't do it. It's a cultural thing. You don't do it. It's an embarrassment. No, you can't talk about it. I'm not going to say my daughter is a dancer. Everyone is going to look at me like, what? What does she do? Dancer? Do you know what I mean? So we are trying to come out of that, But for me, living in the UK for so many years, the only thing I've seen support, and you know something, that's something come from another friend of mine, an Egyptian male dancer, was actually says it's the Westerners that took our dance to the globality. Do you know what I mean? Made it global. Why? Because they loved it. They took it. They wanted to do it, regardless how they've done it, but they still did it with a pride. They kept it going. They passed it on. And that's why Arabic dancing or Caribbean dance in general have survived or will survive. It will survive by encouraging whatever comes new, okay? Encouraging them, showing them, training them, mentoring them, and letting them go and share and keep it going like that. Keep it going. But like I said, it was very hard for me. It was very, very coming back into the how, it was very hard as a migrant. And anybody that's coming from a second or third generation from a migrant parent or grandpas, or they will say exactly the same. They'll say, right, our parents did not find it so easy. And saying that, I mean, I was lucky enough to come to the UK speaking English. Certain parents did not. And I would imagine that would have been a bit even harder on them to adjust and adapt to the life than somebody that spoke at least can say, please and thank you. Where is this and how much is that and how come? Do you know what I mean? That's someone that can say that as such. So applying this to the dance community, no. I mean, we need to support each other. We need to support foreign dancers. We need to support Western dancers. Everybody learns by mistake. Everybody learns by doing tricky things. Everybody learns by, twisting slightly things. As long as they get the right direction and as long as they get approached properly, I'm sure they can move on.
Oh, that was absolutely that touched me so much because I approach dance in a curiosity. Like I want to learn and from here, if we Google, like I'm in the US, so if I Google things, I'm only going to get what Google thinks I want to look at in my English language from whatever based off of, my location. So it's even more challenging. It's not a matter of just looking something up that easily because I'm not getting the perspective. So really like a mentorship and learning from somebody that has lived it is like the best way. And I'm just, everything you said was totally hit home.
And that's how it's got to be. It's just we need to let those generations that are coming in and even the established dancers, like there's always a learning somewhere. We're still learning. We'll still go to Morocco and I still get in touch with people and still sit down with. You still learn. You still search. You still search. You still learn. You still want to know so you can pass on the right information. But like I said, as long as we pass the right support, those dancers, because those are the future ones. Those are the actual one that's going to carry it on and on. And like I says, it's the Western dancers that kept Arabic dancing or belly dancing generally, regardless of what anybody else is saying, it was dying at one point. It was very dying at one point. Nobody carried it. It was an embarrassment for an Arab woman to stand up to say she's a dancer, especially if she's wearing this revealing costume. That is a no, you don't. Unless you're special needs. And that means, you're supported by the it's from the government and all that. But let's be honest, let's talk honest. No, any Arab woman that would stand and dance, she will get attacked. She will get abused. She will get sworn at because it's here. It's the mentality. It's here. Whereas the Western dancers, when they get up and do it, yeah, fair enough. It might not have the same soul of spirit or may not reveal because they don't know it. Maybe they're not being shown how to do it, but they will get the admiration because that's how it goes. I'm sorry, but that is how it goes as such. But no, for me, let's support, let's do, what we need to do. Anybody that loves this art would want it surviving. To get it surviving, let's learn from the authentics. It doesn't harm anyone to go and learn from the authentic, okay? And when I mean the authentic, I've stopped teaching to Algerian and Tunisian and Libyan and all that. Libyan is different because Libyan dance, we don't have in the market anybody that teaches Libyan, okay? But encountering Libyan community, you pick from them and you see them, so you get some. So as soon as we get someone from Libya, born and bred, and giving us what they've learned or what they've seen their mums and grandmas doing the dance and share it with us, I'll stop. I won't do it. Why? Because I see someone's privileged than me, someone from the roofs that are actually doing it. I want to learn. I'll go and learn from them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Type of thing. So there's no harm. There's no harm in progressing in that side and just support each other, Diana. We need to support the specialist dance community, especially things that are coming back now. let's support each other. Let's support the dance, and let's learn the dance, not as, as the dance, as an art, as the art.
Yes. And we have such an opportunity, I think, in this online space. And of course, with the pandemic, everybody reaching online and connecting even more, we have such an opportunity to come together and to learn from each other and to be curious and to support each other and to introduce people to others, to keep it growing and to keep it building. And I'm just so very grateful that you're here and that you are so open to sharing your culture and your knowledge. Because as I said, we come to this dance, many of us, I mean, I came to this dance because I lived in Europe for a while. My father's from Cuba. I'm here in the US. I never really I don't really have like a culture of my own. So to me, learning about other cultures and immersing myself and going to India and going to all of these other places really feels almost like feels a void in my soul of like learning how other people live their life. And it's so important, I think, for us to learn that.
Of course. I mean, if I stand up and I decide to do Brazilian dance, I wouldn't know where to start.
Exactly.
What? You know what I mean? You have to learn. You have to learn. I mean, we all have to learn. So, and when you learn something, it shouldn't be the end of it. It's more.
I agree. Yeah.
More.
Always learning.
And we're lucky nowadays because we've got social media, we've got internet, so we can connect. You can connect, and every single teacher has got something that can be given. So I learn from teacher number 1, then I go to teacher number 2, then 3, and take from people what you can. Just see it. And if people can afford, why not visit the countries? Go to the countries, visit people, see them, sit down with them, listen to the languages, eat with them, and see that life, and that'll give a bit more, especially like, I mean, look at me now, I'm talking, we speak justice, we dance justice. Look at you sat down very nicely, I was folded. What's going on? Because that's part of the culture as well. So, like I said, we speak emotions. We do speak. That's why this is happening, going on. So, yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, no, if we, this is a message to anybody that loves belly dance in general, tribal dance, folkloric dance, oriental dance, whatever dance background it is. Go to the roots. Visit. I know it's not easy. I know it can be quite, financially a burden. I know it can be, but if you love something, you just got to do it, aren't you? You know what I mean? So try. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a 5-star or 4-star or whatever. You can go on a trip on a lower budget, if you like, and just encounter people. Like I said, eat the food, see the air, smell it, see the colors, smell, all that. Trust me, it does add. So yeah.
I think that's a huge thing that we forget is like, if you love something so much and it fills your soul so much, like why not go a little bit deeper and see how much more you can experience from it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so I love what you're talking about, just, always learning, always growing. And, I know it sounds, and I wrote you this before. I was like, it sounds silly to ask, how did you learn dance? Because it's part of your culture. But if you can talk a little bit about, I mean, like we don't really, for me, well, when I go to Cuba and I visit my family, we dance as a way to celebrate and just connect. And so I basically learned salsa and merengue from my family, just from doing it. And so I imagine maybe that's something that you've experienced when you were growing up as well.
Absolutely. Right. I was born in mid-70s. So I class myself as a 70s girl. So I'm mid-70s. So coming to late 70s, 80s and mid-80s, my generation. So I've grown up in an environment where music was present day and night. Okay. The time, not everybody could afford telly. In fact, some of the families did not have any tellies because that's how it was, basically. So there were the radio, and the radio, what you listen to is just music, is the news and music. So the music was present every single day, day and night. With the music comes the dance. Okay? The gathering, I mean, the females in our family, they were not working anyway. So at the time, women were not greatly seen in the workplace like they are nowadays. Yeah. So basically the afternoon, what we used to call the afternoon teas or the afternoon. So you wake up in the morning, you do your housework, you prepare the food, you get the dinner, everybody comes to get, when I say dinner, I mean lunch. Between the 12 and 2, people get fed their lunch. They head back to their work for the afternoon shift. So women usually stays at home. What they do with the neighborhood, they either get together or they plan something. And that's how it used to be. They get in together, that means you put the music on. Nasri one at the time, anything. Either follows with cup of tea or a teapot, you pour your tea, you talk, so and so, dance so and so, and that's how it was at the time. That's how it was. That's the everyday life. In my time, when I lived in Morocco and when I was in Morocco, Egyptian media was everywhere in the Arab countries. Mm-hmm. So within the Arab countries, and when I say Arab countries, I mean North Africa to Middle East, Egyptian media and Egyptian movies and Egyptian series were prevailing the whole Arab region. Mm-hmm. Okay, so in my generation, you will not find female or a male that cannot speak Egyptian unless they don't want to. Okay, so because we've grown up on those movies, we've grown up with those series, we watch them. So the dialect or the language, well, it's not language, it's Arabic, but the dialect, we all excel at. We all excel at because that's how it is. There were hardly any Moroccan movies at the time. Production at the time in Morocco were a bit not quite there yet. There were no other production. It was Egypt and it was Tunisian to Tunisian. Tunisian was very good in the entertainment industry, as in like the big festivals on a Saturday night and you see the dancers and all that. Talking my time here, early 80s, okay, mid 80s. So it was Egypt and it was Tunisia. These prevail in the whole Arab region, like I said, the whole Arab countries. So that was that. So we've grown up into listening Abdul Halim Hafid, Kulthum, Farid al-Atrash. These are the big Arab names. We know the singing, we know the words. It's, all that era, Muhammad Abdul Wahab, everything. So we've grown up doing it. And obviously, the Tunisian Chahlula, because the Tunisians are very, very, very strong in their music in a certain era with the dance as well. So I've learned watching those and I've seen them every day and we've done them. So the music was part of, my life. But as a child, I've always wanted to be not so much a dancer, but an actress as such at the time I'm speaking, quite on a younger thing. But to be a dancer or an actress is a no-no in Morocco. Girls don't do that. No, in my time, the girls don't do that. It's an embarrassing thing for the family to be seen. You're on screen and millions of people are watching you. Why would you want to do that? That's the usual question we used to get. Why would you want to do that? Don't know. But anyway, so carried on. I mean, started growing up, coming 16, 17, gone to university and all that. So I had the opportunity to join in. We have the sketchy comedians, comedians that do a comedy, but they have people behind them doing the sketchy stuff while they're doing the comedy.
Oh, fun. Yes.
We were there. So I was at the university and I was privileged to be part of few shows with one of the best comedians, and that's how you work for them. I think they're still carrying on. They're still they're still going on and they're still going in there, but I think their work's on a separate now. So I had that privilege and I thought, right, I love this. I want it. And it's just the fact of you standing behind someone and you're just going, At the time, it was just like, it was brilliant. So, yeah, and then got my studies, finished my uni, and like I said, the uni was on a drama and arts about music, and dance was part of it as well. So, came to the UK and I thought, I wanted this. I really wanted this, and I want to do it properly. I want to do it efficiently and properly and professionally in a way. I need to work on my knowledge. I need to work on how to teach Westerners, because I wasn't grown up with Westerners.
Mhm.
I had to learn. Yeah. So I had to teach. I had to learn how to teach. Teaching an Arab or teaching a Moroccan is not the same as teaching a Western.
Right.
It's a complete different scenario. So I had to learn that from scratch. And that's by getting a group, having friends, asking, going into classes, listening, traveling around, asking questions. So that was the actual thing that got me into like, no, I want to do this. Also, what got me as well, and no disrespect to any country, is no shape or form. I mean, at the time, what you used to see is Egyptian dance. Apart from Egyptian dance, there's Egyptian dance. More than Egyptian. And I'm going, hello. Yes, there's Egyptian dance, which is absolutely fantastic and lovely. And we do it and we speak it. But who are we? Let's bring who we are to you. If you guys like this and like this style, there are more into it. There's folklore. There's other countries to know. There's other countries to explore. There's other things to know about. So I started with my my Moroccan dance, just like, But at the time, I think the information at the time about Morocco as a country, apart from the couscous and the tagine, nobody knew anything about Morocco.
Right.
So when you mention Morocco, it's either, Atlas Mountains. Oh, I like couscous. Oh, tagine. It's to be known by the food. But there's more into it than just, I think it's couscous and tagine and all this. So, yeah. So the idea came in, and there were a lot of information as well online. I think people that at the time that had access online and the internet, you could read things that's been written about Morocco as a country. That is a really, for me, that's someone that visited Morocco for a week.
Right. It's still from the same perspective of the people that they're talking to, so.
But people, someone that visited the place for a week, maybe picked what they've picked, they've seen what they've seen, and they went to the dishwasher. I'll take that. And you think, not quite that. So, yeah, and from there it started, let's get this dance rather than local, having it local. Within the locals, let's get it global. Let's get it seen. Let's get it out there. Let's get it, known. And that applies not just on Morocco, other folkloric and other countries as well, I mean, Egypt's got folklore as well. I mean, Saidi, Siwa, Al-Hajjala, and all those, I mean, these are folklore. I think, to me, it was just Egyptian. Oh, that's like Egyptian. And you think, really? I want to be me. I want to dance like me. But teach me what I can take from you. But I still want to be me. Why would they want to be an A and B and C? You know what I mean? So yeah, that's me.
I love that. It's fascinating. And I love that thank you for putting that into perspective. Like at the time in this space, we had music on the radio. We didn't have the television. So that's what we listened to all the time. And then naturally from there, it came into after tea. What are we going to do? The music's on, like, let's get together. And this is how it just kind of naturally happens. It's not like, let's go to class and do the thing. It just came out of
it was part of the
at the time.
Yeah, it was part of the everyday life. And most of the neighborhood, and I'm speaking from Casablanca, I was born in Casablanca. And Casablanca in my time, trust me, it's not Casablanca nowadays. It's a completely different city. Honest to God, it's a completely different thing. But Casablanca, in my time, within the neighbourhood, that's what we used to do. You listen to the music, you get together on a younger age. You know, my mum used to get to all the neighbourhood women used to come, and they could, you know, sort of like get seeds, you know, the seeds to make bread, the seeds. Then while they sort of picking the seats and all that on the big round table, the chatting, the talking, music's on, so and so. So, like say Malika, or say for example, I don't know, I'm going to be picking him Laura. Laura, come on, get up and dance. You know, and Diana, come on, get up and dance. Laura, come on, you know what I mean? That's how it used to be. That's how it used to be, you know. And that is learning, by the way. That is a learning curve because you watch what others doing, and you're actually thinking when your turn comes up to do the dance, you're actually going, you know, like, oh, I can do better than that. I think. Oh no, I don't think I can do that. That time.
Right. I quite like what they did. Let me try.
It was female presence as well. Female presence only. It was purely female, you know. All women together. You get the younger boys, 4 or 5-year-old, but those are little, you know, little boys type thing. But no, it was a female. But that's how it used to be, Diana. You know, I'm afraid you don't see anything like that these days, you know.
Yeah, now there's so much happening in society. It's like almost like there's no time to just pause and be and listen to music and just be a part of a community without going here and going there and then working, and just it's just different. So
it's absolutely different. There's nothing like that. I mean, I go to Morocco on a regular basis. I've got other stuff going on there, and you know, there isn't anything like this at all. So I'm afraid. So things are changing. I suppose social media had a stronger effect. TikTok has made the brainwashed all the younger generation nowadays. You know, I think my daughter is one of them anyway. So, you know, it's that's how it is. That's unfortunately, but it's sad. But is there any Arab girls that dancing? They're very rare.
Right.
But I know even nowadays, it's only few names. There isn't, because there's still people still refraining from letting their daughters go out and dance. Only very few. Only very few.
Well, and then let alone doing it so predominantly that people then want to learn and they teach, and then can they teach a Westerner, or can they teach somebody that speaks a different language? And so there's all these barriers right now from learning some things from the culture that they came from. So we're having to reach out to people that are able to, that have the privilege to say, I am a dancer, I can teach you, I have this knowledge, and let me share the things that I love. And so it's like such an honor, and we're so lucky that we can have this connection.
Oh, absolutely. And it's lovely. It's lovely to give it to people that treasure it and take it and use it. And it's don't get me wrong. I mean, as a migrant, when you speak about your origin in a foreign land, is a pride. It's a very pride, and you always want to give the best of the best. And this is from a migrant. Honest to God, you speak to any migrants, and that's how it is. And I mean, you mentioned your, you know, dad and your mom and all, and I'm sure they'll be exactly the same when you spoke about Cuba, and when, you know, the origin, you always strive to give the best of the best. Why? Because you don't want the image to slash for no reason. You know what I mean?
Right.
We are a country that unfortunately we're still developing country. So there's no social welfare. Well, there is now actually in Morocco. There's a Ramid, they call it Ramid. There is a social welfare, but it's very limited, and it's every little helps, better than nothing, I suppose. But in my time, there's no social welfare. People were getting graduation and, you know, high degrees, and there were no opportunities for jobs because there were no many investors in Morocco. So what most of my generation did, we seeked to go out abroad, seek future abroad, and that's what we, you know, I'm speaking about people from my generation and that, you know, moved up to Europe in general. the UK. So that's that. But for me to stand today and speak about Morocco, speak what I love, which is the Moroccan dance, it will be a Moroccan dance in its authenticity, in how it is, or how I've seen it, or how I've learned it. And I've seen my mum doing it, my grandma, my next door neighbor, my Lila Teja, Lila Maria, those names that I've picked from and I've heard talking. That's how it's got to be, because for me, I'm a phase. I'm going to go when I pass to be someone else a few years down the line after me doing it, and there'll be more and there'll be more. So, might as well start the base correct and then let whoever comes to do more research and more, that's it, more research. So, yeah.
Yeah. And that's why, when we were talking about the classes on FCBDU, and basically I was like, I want to know whatever you want to teach me. We want to know anything you want to share. So the classes, I think we've planned 4 so far, and you're starting from the base. Like next weekend is Introduction to Morocco as a Country. Then we move on to Introduction to a variety of dances from Morocco. And then we're gradually moving on and ending in the 4th that we have scheduled so far is like ending with adornment. And that way you can kind of see, it's almost like the story you just told. Oh, I understand why this happened, or why this came about, or how this came about, because now I understand what, the base, the foundations, not that we can know everything, but we can at least know more than we know now and get that beautiful growth, like understanding the path.
She's going up the steps. You're going step by step, step by step. But before you know the Moroccan dance, let's see what's Morocco. What is Morocco? What's the history of Morocco? What does it entail? What is it? Why is it all you see Moroccan land, Moroccan rocks, Moroccan babouche, Moroccan tagines, the pots, Moroccan this. Let's know about the country and what it produced, and then we'll move into people, and then we'll move to different diverse regions in Morocco that brings diversity, that has so much to offer. And then from it, as a student, take from it the moves, the combination, the gestures as well, that can be used. There's so many things, So, no, it's like I says, that's like, it's learning Spanish as a foreign language. You're not going to come, you've got to learn the basic, and then go on and open up. So, yes, so I'm actually looking forward to this. I really am, Diana, I really am. And I think we've got it very well set out and very well lined up, talking about the country itself, talking about, the history, which we go through all that next week, the impacts Morocco has had from foreign invaders, the impacts on the generation after generation, the different styles we have, okay? Who are the Moroccans? Who are the original inhabitants of Morocco? What does Morocco mean in the language? Okay? Well, because there's a country, that's another thing as well. So, like I said, there's a lot of, let's word it. Maybe sometimes the internet gives you too much of, and people that just take things from internet. But what does Maghreb means? What does it stand for? How many dance styles we have in Morocco? How many regions we have? What class up north? What class are down south? What's in the middle? All these different things. So I think we need to actually know about. Then we can drill into the dance style, so we know that dance style, which area is it coming from? Is that dance style from the north, from the east, from the west, from the south, from the Maghreb, from the outskirts of the Maghreb, from the borders? So many things we can actually touch on, type of thing. And there is another thing as well now. Moroccan dance has become quite global. I'm quite. How am I going to say, strongly feel that we need to change the word Moroccan dance, because there isn't anything as such as a Moroccan dance. There's Moroccan dances,
Yes.
So many dancing styles in Morocco. So when you say the Moroccan dance, so I'll say, for example, Rgeda, one of the Moroccan dance. I'll say Jibli or Jbala, one of the Moroccan dance. I'll say Shikhet, one of the Moroccan music and dance. I'll say Shabi, one of the Moroccan dance. I'll say Shilhawi, which is the Amazigh of the Berber, one of the Moroccan dance. Sahrawi, one of them. So the term, even the terminology of Moroccan dance, sometimes I feel as if the world, which you say the big thing, oh, so and so and so and so teaching Moroccan dance.
Right. It's too general.
Okay, which one? It's just, oh, I can do Moroccan dance. And you think, yeah, okay. Which one? But no, there's a lot to bring into that. There's a lot to share on that now. So yeah, no, it's going to be good sessions, and I'm so looking forward to it.
Yes, I am too, because, as you were just saying, kind of like when we learn this very summary, kind of generalized, like a Wikipedia style of Morocco. But now that we're going to get this knowledge of the different regions and the different dances that are in the different regions, we might all, I'm looking over here at YouTube and I'll check in with everybody in just a moment, but like Alina might really be fascinated by Southern Morocco and want to learn more about the dances and the music. And then Nora might be really fascinated about something she heard about like the Eastern side of Morocco and want to dive a little bit further. And somebody else might go, I need to know more about Maghreb. And it's just like, it's exciting to be able to get more information, to go down these knowledge rabbit holes of where do we want to learn more from,
Absolutely. And that applies on other sister countries, the North African countries as well, because that's what it is. And I'm sure, the diversity that brings us all together, as a North African country, it's a lot to learn. So rather than just say Moroccan dance, no, it's not Moroccan dance. You have to specify which one it is. Which one do you mean? And they're all different in costumes, in the charisma, and in the moves, and in combinations as well. So they're all different. So yeah.
I'm so excited. I have some Spotify playlists, and so I was specifically looking for I found like Moroccan top 50, Moroccan hits and different. And then there's so many like World Cup Morocco playlists, and it's been really fun to listen to them because one song will be completely different from another song, Yeah. And so it's really fascinating and really fun. I'm
football one. I think the football one is just a modern thing.
Probably.
To say they did us very proud. They really did us very proud, I have to say. The Moroccan team players, the football, amazingly well, and they've done the whole Arab countries a pride, because I think that was the first time an Arab country got into semi-finales for the World Cup. So that was we didn't quite get there. But it's the start. It was good. It was a name. And it was a pride. So yes, it's a good idea. Maybe I might be playing one of the Moroccan football music next week as a warm-up, maybe.
Yes. Well, you also DJ. So, I was thinking about, we need to have a dance party with you as the DJ one day.
You've got it. I've got all the gear and everything. So we'll turn it into a DJ that type of thing.
Well, I definitely want to talk more about some things that you put on, and definitely Maghreb Dance Congress and Fanoon Dance Camp. I just want to, or the Fanoon Project, I just want to check in with YouTube real fast and say hi to everybody that's there. So Alina and Glenda and Katie and Lorelai, Edna, Missy, Miyuki, Anne, Nora, Julia, Christine, Edie, Hilde, thank you all so much. Pamela, Samara, thank you all so much for joining. So Nora, just so that you know, just looking through where I think everybody's from, we have Spain by way of Mexico, we have Germany, we have Peru, we have Brazil, we have Germany again, we have Norway. So just the interview, you can see how how this international community, we really want to come together and learn about each other and learn about other cultures and learn about other languages and dances and food, of course, like all of the things. So thank you all for joining us. We're really, really excited to have, in Italy. Yeah, well, Germany by way of Italy and Canada, Glenda says. So so we are definitely an international group that we just love to share each other's dances and cultures. And I don't know, I don't know how much you know about Fat Shan style, or specifically our tribal style, American tribal style. But what's really interesting is this, and of course, this international group style. So even if we don't speak the same language, we can come together in an event or online and we can just dance and enjoy. And so when we look at, and I know we'll get into this a lot later, but like when we look at our costuming, we can see now that like our Polish dancers have influenced this new element in this costuming. Our dancers in Colombia have now influenced this new element in our costuming. Our dancers in Spain have influenced this new element in our costuming. And so it's like the whole world can kind of come together and put their little piece into this thing that just creates this universal global language of dance. And we're just like, I mean, how exciting is that, right? And so welcome to our family.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. But that is absolutely wonderful, is that? Really, really wonderful. Absolutely amazing. And that's what it's got to be with all different styles, learning and taking and getting inspired from each other, with each other. So let's see what, like you said, mentioned Colombian dances, the costumings into, other dances, and just learn and merge and mix. But that's absolutely wonderful. Yeah. Absolutely wonderful. So well done, girls. Well done. Well done.
And the music.
And I really look forward to more, to learning from you. Before you guys learn anything from me, learning first from you guys, costuming and everything. So no, it's brilliant. It's really, really good.
Sharing knowledge. So speaking of sharing knowledge, you have a lot of projects that you specifically do for the purpose of sharing your culture, Moroccan dances, and various cultural tourism. So I know there are two specifically, and I would love for you to tell us more about some of the events that you have going on and some of the projects that you have going on.
Right. Yeah, no, that's great. Thank you. Right. Well, doing this dance for such a long time, I couldn't find any other way to actually make Morocco present in the dance community than organizing trips into my homeland. When I say Morocco, yeah, fair enough, I'm Moroccan and I live in the UK, but I do visit Morocco at least 5-6 times a year. So I'm not one of those that goes once a year or a month a year or a week a year. I do have projects going on in there, and I do, because of what I've got going on in there, I do have to travel on a regular basis. So that is that. Now, in terms of the actual projects, or the dance projects in Morocco that we have got going, I've got my baby, which I call it my baby because it is a baby, and it's a project called Finoon Dance Camp. Now,
we'll put links to everything as well. So yes.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. Now, the project Finoon, when it first started, it started as a folkloric dance show. So it was just a show that we toured with the whole UK. We were in Scotland, in Cardiff, Birmingham, London, all the London area. And it's a folkloric dance show that had dancers from, when I say dancers, I mean mainly British dancers, but we've represented countries from Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt, and beyond, as far as Uzbekistan as well, Kurdistan, Afghanistan, all the dance regions from these countries, we've represented it in this project called Finoon. And obviously, so many things have hit us. By the way, I'm not one of those. I've never had any funding. I'm very much self-funded myself. So I do this by myself. Put my head out there and I do go and I do get the jobs done. So the Fanoon Project show have actually toured. We've done several shows within 5-6 years, and we toured with them. And within the same project, the dance camp was present, and the whole idea was to bring the dancers to Morocco for 1 week, offer them what they want, which is the dance. Not necessarily Moroccan dance, but Arabic dance, or call it belly dance. So we had teachers, Orientalist teachers from all over the globe, from Egypt, from all over the Arab, countries. And they've come in for 1 week. They stayed with us. We stay in a hotel on a half board, and you get the workshops through the day, and the evening entertainment on the night. An absolutely superb week. I can't highly recommend it. There's a lot of people that came to Fanoon, and there's a lot of people that have been coming for the last 20 odd years, and they're still coming back. Okay, so that's that. Now, the new baby that was born this year, or is born this year, is Maghreb Dance Congress. I am lucky enough that my name has been related to anything Moroccan. So when it comes into anything Moroccan with the dance community, my name is attached, and I'm very much lucky with that. So this Maghreb Dance Congress, we've created a week rather than having just, we wanted just folklore, North African folklore. So dances from Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, and Mauritania. You get 5 countries during the week. Similar layout is 1 week of intensive dance workshops on North African dance. You stay in a hotel, all inclusive. You stay in a hotel, breakfast and dinner, you get the transfers, then you get the entertainment in the evening. So whatever you learn through the day, you watch it in the evening. So it's
that's so great.
You sort of learn properly, but you watch it properly within the local groups. That's the way. And obviously there's the teachers show that teachers will stand and do their own shows and, present and share what, the beats, week. So both weeks this year, they're going to be amazing, absolutely amazing. So if you're folkloric, if you don't want to learn folklore, there's one folklore trip for you. If you like the Orientalist, you want to do it. Yeah, about the Fanoon this year, we are taking not just the Orientalist dances or the Oriental dances or the Egyptian dances, but we've got the tribal dances as well, which is absolutely fantastic. So, there's the wonderful Kelly Beeston is teaching.
Yes.
Wendy Hugh as well. So, they're going to be present with us this year. So, have a look in either or. And then again, you'll see the country as well. You'll see Morocco has a country. And, you enjoy the week. So, yeah, that's me 2 projects.
Oh, I love it. I really do hope that I can make it. I know. And then, so for those of you that have been paying, if you're paying attention, Kelly Beeston is also one of our instructors here at FCBDU. She's one of my really dear friends. I bloody love her, as she would say. And so that's very exciting to have that expansion of Fanoon Dance Project, and just also just bringing in even more people that maybe they were interested specifically because of this style, but now they're exposed to so much more, and they're, oh, I see now, and so I love that. It's almost like it's bringing in 2 different, not different, but 2 different groups of people that would be interested, and bringing it together and then showing how the similarities of the excitement and the passion and everything would be. So
absolutely. So if you're up for traveling, get in touch.
Right. And after 3 years of not traveling, who's not ready to travel?
It's about time.
So we will definitely post links to all of that in our YouTube and on social media. Alina, make a note, please. Alina's our my amazing right hand here at FCBDU, and she's done so much to support and this event and the one for next week. So really, really grateful for everything that she's done to help us get the word out. So we're really, really, I cannot tell you how excited I am, how grateful I am to have met you actually through Kelly, because so I was watching all of your videos and watching you, and I was like, Kelly do you think you could introduce me to her? It was kind of like the first date, you know, like, do you think she'll say yes? Do you think that you can introduce me? So really, really grateful for Kelly as well for connecting us together. And so for everybody that's watching and for now live, for everybody that's watching later, please be sure to mark your calendars. Next week, we've been telling you for 2 months, so don't miss it. But next week on FCBGU at 10 a.m. Pacific, we have Introduction to Morocco as a Country with Nawarra. It's the first in her series. So we will be sharing all of that information out there. It's included in your subscription to FCBGU. And if you don't have a subscription, it's okay. We forgive you, but you can purchase it individually as well. So be sure to catch that. Oh my gosh, I'm just going to check YouTube. Oh, they're more people are saying, oh, don't forget Chile, Finland, the UK. So we've got more chiming in from where they are from. So thank you all so much for joining us here on our YouTube channel. Oh, Nawarra, what an absolute pleasure. Your passion for your culture, your dances, and your passion for sharing it just really just hits me in my heart. And I'm just so grateful to learn from somebody that is so passionate and so positive and so giving of information. And so thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm hoping I didn't bore anyone with my talk because I do talk quite a lot.
I can talk to you for hours. I'm just being cautious of your time. So I don't think that anybody was bored. I think if anything, if anybody's like me, they're like, oh my gosh, can we please talk to her more?
And thank you for listening to us. And thank you, Diana, for having me. I'm absolutely delighted to be part of this project. And I cannot wait. I really cannot wait to get together and, share. I learn from you guys before anyone can learn from myself. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Have a wonderful evening. And of course, I'll be in touch with you this week and we'll see you next weekend.
See you later.
Bye.